Alright guys, welcome back. And it's been gone for a little bit. Just wanted to wait until after the patch has actually updated and everything's here. All the updates that Blizzard did. So now it's been about a week, but now I got some more videos coming, and now I can actually show you what I've been doing since I've been gone. So the first thing is you can see that I've been playing since the last time we saw, and you can see that my Shaman is actually has gotten better gear. Let's take a little more in depth. As you can see I got some tier pieces here and got some just updated gear. So I've been really working on my character since I've been, the last video and everything, but just wanted to let you know that I'm still here and got the things updated. So what I wanted to do was for this video is actually do some more in-depth types of concepts. And this one I wanted to actually start off with was the actual Shaman Healing. And a lot of people, some people don't like the Shaman Healing in general. They rather use like a priest or like a monk, which they are good, but I actually think Shaman's actually really good in general, and something that shouldn't be overseen. But I wanted to kind of go over what my build is. There's other builds out there that are shown from sites, and so, but I kind of feel like even the builds from other sites are not at their maximum potential, because there's been times where it's just like a very good base or foundation for those builds on those websites, but it doesn't actually go over the in-depth of how the inner workings, if they can coincide with each other, work hand in hand. For example, during the actual Shadowlands, priest was focused on to a certain type of build and used the little followers or helpers for each of the covenants. So my buddy was using a priest, and he used instead of like, he was using Pelagos versus the other follower, and it was doing a lot better and like feel like breaking the game when he was doing that. So that's why I wanted to go over an in-depth of my build, because it also show that you should play how you want to play, and also at the end of the day, it's still a game. You should have fun and just keep looking at different in-depth types of things to see how to keep improving yourself as a player and improve your character. So let's go ahead and go over some stuff and dive right in. So what we have here is I'm actually focused onto the chain heal. That is the way how I focus my build. So I have chain healed is what I focus on. So here's chain heal. I go right into the Earth Shield, which is extremely good. Goes right into the Elemental Orbit, which gives me allow me to have 2 shields, so water orbs, and allows me to have the Earth Shield. Then I just put into the Surging Shields, which gives me still a passive, which allows me, as you can see, that it says increase the healing done by Earth Shield by 12%. So one gets consumed because you get 9 stacks on it on the target, and it eats up 1. It gets an extra 12%, so really good. So I'm not getting that full benefit of 25%, but I'm still getting something, which is great, and it's very helpful. And the actual water shield, which is, it triggers, I'll get 25% of the mana, which is really good. So in shamans in general, their mana costs for their spells cost a lot, so I tried to use this as a benefit because I'm going to get hit, so at least now I'll be able to reduce it, get some more mana back. Now we're going to get into the next part. Automatically get lava burst, but I don't really push into anything besides the wind shear. I still feel it's really good to have a actual silence, because sometimes we just have a bunch of DPS just standing in the fire or not doing anything what they're supposed to be doing, and it's good just to have on the backside ability to silence or interrupt, which is why I have the wind shear. Still have the ancestral shift, reducing that 40% damage. Goes it into Plains Traveler, so I like to use this often just because sometimes there's a lot of raid damage and I want to survive myself, so I'll use this as a reduction. The other one is reduce additional damage by additional 20%. I'm more of the player and how I think and play. I rather use the ability and spell more often, even if I don't get this extra 20% right here, just because I get to use it more often to fight. If something right away happens, I can just use it and I know it'll come back, and I can use it probably another 2 times, which is why I use it this way. I think in that way. The next thing is Spirit Wolf. I use this one that increases the speed 5%, stack it up to 4, and the damage reduction. It's already fast, now I'm super fast, but there's a lot of high movement sometimes in the fight, so I like to have that. And the other one was remove snares and increase my movement by additional 25% for 3 seconds. It's great, but not that great. I'd rather be taking reduced damage and moving faster. I mean, that 25% is great and remove snares, but I haven't seen it often happen enough where it would slow me down. I don't see it too much of a benefit to have this. So I just stick with the Spirit Wolf. I don't do anything into the chain lightning or anything like that because I'm not going to be damaging, focusing purely into my healing. Go into the this totem, and I have sometimes there's a lot of mobs or a lot of groups that come by that the tank grabs. I try to help him out and slow down the amount of damage I could hit him, or maybe there's a lot of damage he's already taken and I need to stop him. I'll try to put that totem down. It'll pop off. It stuns them all. Then I get a chance to heal, which is why I use this. I also use the Earth Elemental. Shit hits the fan. I got a way to have my guy start swinging, try to pull threat off of me, which is why I have Earth Elemental. Tremor Totem, it's a tricky one. People don't know how to use it properly or don't spec into this sometimes, which is I highly recommend you do. It stops fear, charm, sleeps. Really good totem. You just place it down, it negates that, which is really good. It's actually really helpful. So I use this. Static charge reduces the cooldown of the stun totem, capacitor totem, and by 5 seconds, which is really, really good. So I just want to keep using that often in case it does happen or there's mobs or whatever. I have that access to. Then I have the wind. It's better to be moving around faster than snaring them. Plus, you already get the earthbound totem, so you'll slow them down, so it's not really a big deal. You'll just move faster, which is why I also get the Spirit Wolf. So they kind of go hand in hand. Just kind of show you how I link things together. Then I have the Purify Spirit, which also takes away curses. I want to be able to take the ability to take everything. Shaman can remove curses, can remove poison through a totem, and they can also remove magic, but can't do anything with disease. So we can hit 3 angles, except for disease, which is okay. I can push through. I'm a shaman and heals deeper with the heals. So going into this side where we left off of Earth Shield, straight into the Healing Stream Totem. So I like the ability of more of a passive than me focusing, actually trying to heal through it, because I want a more AoE type, because I feel like that's a area if I don't focus into, Shaman's lacking in that area and department. So I'll use the Healing Stream Totem. So the ticks allow to heal the party. So we have that there. Go right into the Swirling Currents. Increases the healing done by the Streaming Totem, which was great. I don't have to do much. Just place it and it's there. Go right into the Elemental Warding. Reduce some damage that's coming to me. 2% versus 4. Still, some damage reduction is better. So I take 1 of each here, which was great. Go right into Nature's Guardian, just 1. And my health is brought down to under 35%. I go up to 10%. Can't occur more than 45 seconds. As you can see, the next rank is 35% to 20%. I didn't really see the benefit of an extra 10% if I'm already dropped to 35%. Besides, do you really want to keep triggering every 45 seconds? Your health goes up that much. I mean, you should be already topping yourself off. You shouldn't allow yourself to keep dropping that far down, especially on a shaman, because you have the deep healing of your mastery. So I just put into 1 and 2 Nature's Guardian. So we go into the Continue Deeper. Spirit Walker's Grace. If you need to heal and move, you have the ability to here, which is why I use it. Don't use any of the Thunderstorm. I'm not going to be engaging, so I didn't spec into it. Totem Focus. I put a lot of emphasis and focus on my totems, so I use this to increase the radius of my totem's effects, and also increase the other effects that shows on it. The duration of the Earthbind and Earth Grab. Increases duration of the Healing Stream Totem, Poison, Ancestral Protection, Earthen Wall, and Wind Rush by 3 seconds was extremely good, because now it's lasting longer. Those ticks of healing, the poison cleansing, all those types of things are happening longer, which is why I put into this. Go right to projection. So as a shaman, your totem's just placed nearby you or near you, and it just kind of just stops there. But sometimes the group is moving or there's a lot of movement. Well, now I have the ability to move the totems where I need to, which is why I use the totem projection. And going right into this one reduces the totems in general of 6 seconds, since I'm putting emphasis into the totems and the chain healing. This is why I use this to reduce the seconds down. Mana Spring. So every so often, sometimes you have dead time. That's what I like to call it. And you want to do something effective. So I start shooting the enemy. So I want to also get mana back. And I can also give mana back to my allies, like healers, if I'm nearby them. So I use the Mana Spring to shoot off and then give the benefit to the healers or so, or whoever's around me, spellcasters, which is why I use the Mana Spring. There's the Poison Cleansing Totem. Self-explanatory with the poison. Totem Recall was extremely good, so it resets the cooldown of your most recently used totem. So if I use Mana Stream, it'll just clear it. Extremely good. I could just keep pushing this out, and I did put a talent into it by reducing those 60 seconds. So I don't want to wait another 3 minutes. I want to wait 2 minutes. Keep pushing it out the skill. So there it is. The other option was Totem Recall affects an additional totem. Don't really care. I just need to really focus on that one totem versus the 2 that was used. I'm not going to be paying attention to 2 totems. Just want to pay attention to 1. Just need to focus on that 1 totem that I really need. Now going to the Stone Skin Totem. So there's a lot of people with melee, or I'm in the middle usually of where I'm placing and healing. So the Stone Skin Totem will reduce that physical damage. So this is what this is. Why I use that. Because the other one was Tranquil Air Totem and prevents pushback and reduces the inertia of all interrupts. Didn't really see the benefit. I don't get silence that much, so wasn't needed. So went straight into the Stone Skin Totem. Plus it's 24 seconds after totems reduce time. Way better. Now that's the shaman points on just the base. Now we go into the actual healing portion. Let's go and go over that. So now we have the Riptide. So you get to heal a target for heals them for X amount, and over time it does. But you can target anybody within 40 range. It's just a single target, which is great. Then I go into Deluge, which is Healing Wave, Healing Surge, Chain Heal, heals for additional 20% on target by effective Riptide. So my build is focusing on Riptide and those abilities and spells, which is extremely good. Let's keep going. I'll come back to this and see how it's going to intertwine with some other ones. Healing Wave, of course, just a basic heal. Healing Stream Totem, that's puts the totem every tick, and it heals the party around you. Of course, I need that because I have the other spec into that. Tidal Waves, gain Riptides grants 2 stacks of Tidal Waves. Tidal Waves reduces the cast time of your next Healing Wave or Chain Heal. So you're starting to see how I started to build it, connect this chain and heal to this Deluge, and you'll keep seeing more. But you can see it increases the critical chance of your next healing surge. So depending situational, so in this case, I could use Healing Wave, Healing Surge, or Chain Heal. And then depending what the scenario is, I can use it on which type of heal that I need for that scenario. This is where this kind of comes in play. Keep moving on. Resurgence. Your direct critical heals refund a percent of your mana by 1%, which is extremely good because shamans use a lot of mana, like water, no pun intended. So this allows me to start gaining it back. I'm putting a lot of emphasis in my gear into crit, so this should start being more effective, start gaining that mana. Healing Rain, the AoE heal, you get to target a certain area, it'll heal a general area. This is what this is, which also goes very well with the tier. The tier says, bonus says, if you have a healing Riptide target and already on them, and is healing them over time from the Riptide, Healing Wave, when you cast it, they'll get the heal from the Healing Rain right away, plus additional heal over time. So it's extremely good for that tier. Nice hand-in-hand experience for the healer and for the person getting healed. Alright, moving right down to the Overflowing Shores. Healing Rain instantly restores, as I mentioned. So I got double layer from the tier and from the overflowing shore. So I have 2 ways that they're going to get healed as soon as Healing Rains get cast on them when it hits the target. Extremely, extremely good. So I have the chain. See how they're interlocking the chain? So we have the tier bonus and this. So I have a guarantee that they're going to get healed at least this amount. And if it's a Riptide target, get an extra bonus amount. Really good. All right, let's keep on going. I didn't put anything into the ancestral figure. I didn't really see the benefit of increasing their health since it goes away. So I don't really play that way, so I don't use that. Didn't put anything into Flash Flood. It's already cast time's already fast, so I don't really worry about it, and I'll show you why. Consuming Tidal Wave reduces the cooldown of your healing stream, Cloudburst, and all these types of totems by 0.5. Extremely good, so that's why I use this, because I really, really need this to keep my totems active. So you can see how this totem mastery is going to be affecting the totem recall. Now I could just start intertwining and be like a machine and start shelling out all this casting and healing passives and everything. So that's why that mastery comes in. Going right into the living stream. So I have 2 choices. The Cloudburst. I don't like the Cloudburst because it replaces the healing stream totem, but at the same time as you have to build it up, and I don't like that. Because right now, if people need healing right now, I can't do it because I gotta shell out this much healing, so I don't do it. So I put into the living stream, which heals for 10% more for each time it ticks. Every 1.7 seconds, it's ticking, but now they're getting additional 10%. So it's gonna offset that quicker versus a 39-second recharge time, as you can see. Way better. And I think in general, it's a 24-second recharge. So I'm going to be using this more often, the healing stream. So I'm just comparing the amount of seconds. All right, let's keep going into this. It's a must. Link Spirit Totem. Shit really hits the fan. There's a lot of massive damage, and everyone's kind of grouped together, and you need to kind of spread out and even out the health. This is what this totem's for. Extremely good. So I recommend this for everybody. And people that there's certain fights that you can't that lowers your health or something like that. This will over negate some of those effects if you put the stream count down. So even though you're not able to get healed through because of the mechanic, or sometimes the mechanic will get overwritten and you can still even out your health, which is why I use this. Extremely good. All right, let's keep going to this. So this one had 2 choices. I could have used the Ancestral Reach, which is Chain Healing, bounces additional time, and increased by 8%, which is a guaranteed 8%, which is great. But I went the other way, which is Flow of Tides. Chain Heal bounces an additional time of casting Chain Heal on a target affected by a Riptide, which consumes it, eats it up, increasing the healing of your Chain Heal by 30%. So I compare this, like 8% to 30. Yeah, we're going to go to the 30 because that's a guarantee that's going to happen. Yeah, it eats it, but I'm getting my Riptide in general every 6 seconds. I'm not worried about that. I'm not going to worry about me spamming Chain Heal, because Chain Heal, as you can see, is 15,000. It's a lot. So I use it when I need it, but 30% should heal them right back up. 30%, way more than that 8%, which is how I compared these two. But now you can see how they are intertwining and linking to each other. All right, let's go to the next one. Increase the duration of Riptide target by 3% or 3 seconds. So you heal somebody, it's going to stay longer on them. Not only does it stay longer, it's a situational thing how I view it. So you heal somebody, then let's say they already healed off to the full, but now that thing is just, the Riptide is just healing them, but they don't need it. But the good thing is if I needed to chain heal off of them or so, I can, because they have it. Plus they're moving around, so they're probably going to get closer to the chain heal to what I need. So that works itself out. Plus it gives me an extra 3 seconds to think in case I need to use them as a bounce for my chain heal. Alright, let's keep going. The healing stream totem. You just put it down, it's going to start healing the party. 1.7 seconds. It's going to see how much it's going to be healing for. Extremely well. Keep that as an emergency in case needed. It's a must. Don't care about the whole lava surge or anything. I'm not doing anything in that nature. I do have it over here if I wanted to. But Not going to. It's not needed. So I just pass on that. So then I go straight into the mana Tide Totem. Self-explanatory, just gains mana, but now I can combine that with Totem Recall, and I can start gaining my mana back or whoever's nearby. So that's why I have that. Don't do anything with the Torrent. The initial heal for Riptide target by 10%. It's not really too worried because I'd rather focus into this, which we'll get to, which is why I didn't really worry about this. Earth Living Weapon, it's extremely well. It's free. So you basically put an enchant, because it's right here. You just put it on, and every time you heal, you have a 20% chance to trigger Earth Living on the target, which heals them 7,000, which is extremely great. So that's why I have it. 20% chance, so I don't have to do anything. It just does it on its own. It's a great passive. That's why I do this. So we have the Earth and Wall Totem. Put out their feet. So you can see right here what it does. For 18 seconds, also reduces the damage extremely well. 54 seconds because I have the Totem Reducer. So this is why I have this. Going in, so the other choice was this, just to let you know. It's just for protection. Summons a totem. All allies within this gain 10% increased health. If an ally dies, allows them to reincarnate. I didn't want to pick this, so I'll just let you know situational. If you're a new player or you're just trying to understand better about shamans healing. If somebody's gonna die, and what if it's you're trying to use this for a tank, this totem, well, you have no idea who's gonna die during the raid. You don't know what's gonna happen or anything, so this is too random. So you want something more consistent. This is consistent. The Earth and Wall Totem, because this is guaranteed happening, and you know it's gonna happen to who you need to. This is how I judge between these types. What if randomly a rogue or something dies, and because he got hit by a mechanic and it revives him, but you're saving this for your tank? Well, it's useless now. This is why I don't use it. So I'll go into this one. Resonant Waters, increase the duration of Mana Tide. Self-explanatory. It's really good because it's going to start increasing in the radius, which goes with the Mana Tide. And the other option was Spirit Walker's Totem, Tidal Totem. After using Mana Tide Totem, the cast time of mana cost of healing wave chain is reduced by 50% for 10 seconds. So it's feeling great and everything, but I'm already going to be starting to get some of my mana back with some of these, resurgence and things like that. So there's really no need. I'd rather increase the duration because I want my mana higher, and it'll just be able to use it longer. I could use the cast and everything versus I only get 10 seconds. I'd rather get more mana in that 4 seconds and don't just stand there if I need to for a little bit than just reducing that, because as soon as that reduces this, plus you have to consider that you're losing 4 seconds. That's a lot of seconds. This one it reduces it, but what if you're already low on mana and you're burning through it? So it's not as going to be as helpful, I don't think, in the long run. So, and I found out this was I've tried them both, and I feel like this Waters just does way better, at least for me. But you could try it and see, because some people mind this one's a situational one, so it just depends on what you prefer. But I like this one, the Waters. Now the other one is the Echo of Elements. Increases Riptide, which is this one, to another. See the 2 right there. This one allows me to use it again twice. That's what that does. And Lava Burst, which is again allows me to actually get mana back from here. So really good. See how they interlink. Now going straight into here. Every third healing wave or healing surge heals for additional 50%. It's really good. So every so often you'll just heal an extra 50%. Extremely well. The other choice was Unleash Elements, which is a 15-second cooldown. As you can see what it does, 35% healing for those types of moves. Chain Heal does an additional 15%. Problem is, I didn't like that because every 15 seconds I can only use it. What if I need it right now? So this way, at least I know I'm going to be spamming. Sometimes I'll be spamming these heals. At least I know it's so often it'll happen. Versus every 15 seconds. So plus, that's an additional 2,000 mana that I'll have to burn to use this, to set up the effect. So I'd rather not use the Alicia Life. That's not the way I think. More of the passive. This is the way we go. This is extremely good. Another passive, when you critically heal, shamans naturally have critical heals. So when you heal, they will, as you can see right here, is instantly healing the lowest percentage healthy friendly party or raid target within 40 seconds for 30% of the amount healed. Extremely, extremely good. And Ancestral Spirit will aid you. You're not doing anything, it just happens on its own. That's why it's a passive extremely well. Next one is Tidebringer. Every 8 seconds, the cast time of your next chain heal is reduced by 50%. So as you can see, this one is interlocking with this one extremely well. And also, you can see right here, interlocking with this. So they're all kind of going hand in hand. And increases maximum jump by 100%. So chain heal is 40 yards, 80 yards. You'll just see your chain heal bounce over the place, which is why I focus into the chain heal extremely really well. And it's happening every 8 seconds. As you can see up there, Tiebreak is right here. There it is. I use it, it goes away. 8 seconds later, it comes right back. I use 2 of them back to back, they go away. 8 seconds, it keeps coming back. I tried this because if you reduce it, as you can see, it'll go down to 16 seconds. I tried it, it's not bad, but I'm like, no, this is really good. I need a lot more. So I put into the 8-second one. Way better, faster. And of course, the key piece of the puzzle, Primal Tidal Core. Every 4 seconds cast, Riptide also applies Riptide to another friendly target. Really good. It's just like a free Riptide that's healing somebody. Plus, if there's somewhere out there, you can jump the chain heal. So extremely well. There's some other things I could have picked. One of them was like these types of moves, Downpour, which is an AoE type heal, and another one is Wellsprings. But I realized this when I was healing and really trying to focus on healing. When I needed AoE, I used either the totem, the healing stream, or I used the healing rain, or I use the chain heal once in a while. So I said, well, I never really use these. I wasn't even thinking about it. I just feel like naturally the kit that the shaman has is the chain heal, and it was best just to stick with what we have. So that's the reason why I kind of started to stay away. I did try both, and I felt like they weren't as useful. Plus, I felt like the heal wasn't as strong. So I just started to empower the actual move itself, and it did better. So that's why I do it this way. But I didn't get anything. Wellspring wasn't as useful as I thought. I could have gone to this one casting Riptide has a 7% chance. I feel like it wasn't going to happen enough. Decided not to do it. Plus, I feel like this is more of a dungeon type because it's just more quicker. So this is why I didn't do this one either. This is what I felt. Ascendance is more of a dungeon type, but it's still good because it's giving you a burst. But I feel like it wasn't needed or useful enough because I need to. The way I build, I just focus on like on how a rating would build, because you're gonna just be able to heal longer. So I really focus on longevity, the length of how long my character can last. But this part right here, I didn't really focus on the primordial wave, so didn't do any of these setups. I just feel like it's a one move for 45 seconds. Well, what if I need to heal now? That's why I don't put any emphasis into it. But this is kind of the in-depth, uh, you know, review of the Shaman Healing and how I do it and how I view it. So this is one of the videos that I wanted to actually show you guys. So if you do like this type of content or did enjoy it, go ahead and hit that like button, and we'll see you guys in the next video as well.